What's going on, lady?
everywhere, everywhere else, y'all.
Get it
Honestly,
together. Another episode, honestly,
truly,
truly.
a classic episode. Classic
It's a lot going
episode.
on in the world. There's a lot to cover today. It's a lot to
So,
cover.
lot cover, lot going on in this world. What's up, y'all? I'm your host, Kenyon Long here.
Yep, and it's your boy Ashford J. Thomas, man, and we're back at it in this crazy world. Woo! The world is changing. The world is changing. But let's go ahead and give our hashtags where they can find us and every all the platforms they can find us at. Okay, go ahead and do it, Playboy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Before we get
Yes.
into it, because we're
Yeah,
going back to go.
before we get into it, you guys watching this on Twitch, you can follow me on Instagram at Kenyon Long and YouTube, okay? On Facebook, Kenyon Comedy. Twitch is streaming on Periscope right now, Comedy Kenyon. All right. TikTok, Kenyon Comedy as well.
Yes, yes. And you can find your boy Ashford JT on all platforms. I'm on Ashford J Thomas on Facebook, Ashford JT on Twitter, Ashford JT on Instagram, and let y'all know I'm now on Twitch and I'm on TikTok. I'm there, baby. They got
I
me.
saw
I'm
that.
gonna
I
get it.
saw
So you gonna
that.
see me doing all that like I'm
What was
12 years old. Damn,
yes.
I'm
Challenge
back at
Ashford
it.
into Madden 99.
I literally ran out of nothing else to do. I had nothing else to do. I said, let me get on TikTok and dance like a fool. Why not?
Oh,
Why not?
okay.
Let's do it. I'm there. You got me. You got
Yes.
me. I was
Finally,
trying to hold
finally,
out.
yo.
But yeah, man,
Uh,
we got a hard power hour to get through, man. So let's get on to it, man. What's going
yo.
on in these streets, baby?
Also, if you're watching this on Facebook, all the other platforms, Twitch,
Mhm.
Periscope, make sure you comment on any topics that we talk about, man.
Join the
So
conversation. Please
join the
join the conversation.
conversation and we'll post your comments as well, man.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we're just gonna start. We got a special guest tonight, too, guys, on
Yes.
this episode. All right, we got a special guest. They're gonna talk about the what is like on
That,
the
that,
ground.
yeah. Ground Zero.
This ground
The
zero
LA
at
protests.
LA Protest. So we got a special guest tonight. So you guys stick around for that. You don't want to miss it. Here for someone of my good friend talking about what is like ground zero on the LA protest. But right now,
Let's get
okay,
into some gossip. Let's get into some hot topics up here.
let's get into some stuff right now. You know, we got to lighten the mood up, folks.
Most definitely.
So you, I mean, you're just gonna tell me here, man. But what happened with Faith Evans? What happened, man?
Stevie, why you do me like that, Stevie? Basically, we didn't know, but we should have known. Faith got them hands.
Oh
That's what we
yeah.
should have. This is what we're taking away from this. Faith got them hands. You should have known, Stevie. Biggie tried to tell us years ago. Faith got them hands. So basically, we don't know the details, but apparently Stevie J called up the police, and I think we got a little bit. I want to reenact the actual 911 call. It was like,
Oh.
Faith on my ass. Faith is on my ass. That was the actual quote of Stevie J
Wow.
of the 911 call. Faith is on my ass. So when the police
Wow,
got
Stevie.
there, they showed Stevie J had scratches on his face, his neck, and
Mm.
everything. And Faith was sitting in the corner smoking a cigarette. Like, I don't know what happened. She said she ain't know. Then she said she ain't had no idea. But they
She said.
did
She
take
said.
it
She
wasn't
said her
me.
name is
She did.
Benin.
She said it wasn't me. It wasn't me. That's what she pulled. It wasn't me.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, but as Faith was actually taken into custody, they granted a bail.
Oh, she was.
Oh, they took her to jail, bro. This is real.
Oh, wow.
This is
Wow.
2020. You can go. Women
Wow.
can go to jail for whooping ass these days, man. This
Okay.
ain't. This ain't. You thought this was what 2019?
Okay. Obviously, I'm tripping. No, you know what
It's
I
a whole new
mean?
world, baby. A whole new world.
So did he bail her out? This is the question. Did he bail out?
We do not have the details of if she was bailed out
Oh,
or
okay.
not,
All
but if
right. All right.
Stevie
All right.
J wanted to survive, I think he cut the check. I think he called it. He was, yeah, I think he made that happen. But we got to take it.
Man,
Faith
Stevie
got
J.
them hands at I think she almost 50 years old. Let me tell you something. When a woman's fed up,
Whoa. Wow.
it
I
ain't
mean, Stevie
nothing
J.
you can do about it. Oh, Stevie J is infamous for having multiple women. I'm pretty sure this is probably about infidelity. I hate to sugarcoat it, but I doubt it's about he didn't take the trash out. I doubt it's about he didn't make the. I doubt it's about that. So man, Stevie J is a
Stevie
playboy.
J still being so you still saying Stevie J is being Stevie J out here in these
Stevie J ain't
streets.
changed for nothing, baby. Let me do my Stevie J look.
Yeah.
Y'all know what he used to look like a mouth. He used to look like Master Shredder. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes, yes,
Yeah,
yeah. That was a famous meme of Stevie J. Hold
he
your
should have
hand,
learned.
Stevie J.
He should have bobbed and weaved and learned from Master Shredder. You got it, bro. You should have learned. You should have learned. But that's in the streets. Faith, we hope you get out soon, and we hope you're not sitting in jail. I think she's out, but we hope you get back to making great music, Stevie J. Hope you get back to great producing great music, and we go
Great
find.
music. His babies. That's what he produces. Great.
Oh yeah, he
Kid
definitely
every year.
definitely
Every
does.
year.
Every year. That brother is
year.
very potent. He's potent. He's a potent brother.
Yes.
But
Moving on
yeah,
to
let's go.
a segue. This is related to Stevie J. Actually, this is actually
Mm.
related to Stevie J. I'm just saying, man. Eve is in the
Stevie E.
news right now, man. She's saying that she is in an you guys didn't know she's in an interracial marriage with a billionaire.
A billionaire,
All right.
a white Russian billionaire.
White Russian billionaire. All right.
With Russian
Started
bread.
with Stevie J.
Started with
Stevie J.
Yes.
And now she with a white Russian billionaire. And basically, you know what I mean? She said she's having some tough conversations. Difficult conversations right now with her billionaire white husband.
Well, this is my question when it comes to that, man. Like, did you not know this when you went in? Eve, you're from Philly. Come on now. You grew up. I hate to say it, but you were a previous stripper. You turned your life around. I'm glad you were able to make it out of that. But you were in a black environment. You thought he knew what it was like to grow up in Philly, West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground. That's where you spent most of your day.
I don't know if Eve was on a playground, but
you're right.
First of all,
right. True.
Didn't you have? I hope you had conversations before when you, but it sounded like he didn't.
It sounded like Eve saw them dollar signs. The only conversation was what that bank statement talk like. Okay, what that money look like. Money talk.
I mean, basically, you know what? About this race thing, let's kind of talk about that. You know what I mean? And so, you know what? And race, I remember when Eve came over the pond, living in London, and she was talking about how, she was out with him, and he got all these rich friends, and they didn't even know who she was. They just looked down at her. These rich white friends.
Well, Eve has to understand
how big she was in America.
Eve has to understand, even though I love Eve, I think she's one of the greatest female rappers of all time. But we live in a world of black famous. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times,
break that down for me.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of people that I realized recently weren't like crossover white face. Well, you can relate. You can relate. Let me tell you. No, let me tell you. I'm not going. But Kay, a lot of people don't know me. Me and Kay used to work in a place in Los Angeles where a lot of stars may come in and out. Right? Mm-hmm. Did they not come to your spot? Did you see them? I ain't want to say where we worked, but we worked at two different places. But I would see.
Wait a minute. What are we talking about? I'm trying to figure out where did we work.
But this is where, No, you worked across the street. You worked across the street. When I was at the
okay.
Yeah. You know, I had to take Kay back. Kay was like, "What are you talking about?"
We had the same job.
We weren't at the same job, but our jobs were right beside each other. But a lot of celebrities would come through, and they would come to my store. I don't know about what it was like in your store, but I would know who they were, and my white coworkers would have no idea who they were. And I'm talking about people like Angela Bassett. I'm talking about Teddy Riley. I'm talking about these are big names, you know, legendary. What's about from Empire, Taraji would come in. Taraji came in and stuff, and like these were big names. But I remember one time I was talking to my coworker, and I was like, "Oh man, you know who that is? That's Taraji P. Henson." He was like, "Nah, I have no idea." And then I went through all the movies that she was in. He didn't know any of it. And then you know what movie he didn't know? Benjamin Button. Benjamin Button. And he was like, "Oh, that was her. He was the only black woman in Benjamin Button." Yes, I was like, "Yes, man." I was like, "You better put some respect on Mr. P. Henson's name, man. What are you talking about, bro? The legends in the game, but it's the difference between white famous and black famous, and we're gonna
Shouts
have
out
to
to Jay Farrell.
shout out to Jay Farrell out there, man.
Yeah, it's always worse when you try to like explain to somebody that you think that you know is famous.
A whole legend in the game.
Legend doesn't matter. Like we ain't talking about somebody who been famous for the past years, like somebody who got like decades of fame.
Yeah, got credits.
They have no clue
who they are.
And you're just like, you are, man, you know that movie, and then when you forget the movie too, that's even worse. Oh man, you know, Tyrese,
Jody. I was literally doing that in the store. Jody. You don't know, Joe? You don't know? Oh man. I realize there's a difference, man. And we got some whole legends that I think people didn't recognize. Like, it hurts my heart to say, but like, I don't think Morris Chestnut, who is a whole legend out there in the game, gets that crossover appeal that he is due. The man is due. The man is a legend. You see what I'm saying? Yes. But now Eve, just to give a perspective, if Eve and Morris Chestnut's not getting that, if Eve did have a good rapper career, but you know these people don't listen to rap. So if they would know you, 9 times out of 10 they would know you.
Rough Ride, bro. I don't want to hear that. Rough Riders went all over the world. Okay, Eve single-handedly inspired a generation. If you're younger than 25 right now, look at your mama and see if she still got them pit bull, them dog paws. Okay, right here and on the thighs creeping up. Eve started.
If your mama got that, your mama so hood. Your mama so hood. She's so hood. Definitely, man. She definitely deserves her respect. That's no line about that, but she definitely deserves her respect. That's facts. That's definitely facts. What else we got going on up in here, man? Evie, but hold on, let me also comment on that. Eve, you went for the dollars, and now you're getting backlash for it. So this is women. I would love to hear from women in interracial couples and all interracial relationships, and also men from interracial relationship. If you're in an interracial relationship, please hit us up. I mean, I'm pretty sure all this stuff is going to be going on next week as well. So therefore, I would love to talk about, have a conversation. Just like what are the conversations in the house? Is it uncomfortable? Is it really hurting your relationship, or is it being progressive? Because this is monumental. Everything that's going on, which we're going to talk about later on the show, is monumental, and we would like to know what an interracial household is looking like these days. Yeah, facts. What else we got going on, man? So shout out to Eve and drop another big. Call DMX, check up on him. You call it Dark Man X. Sometimes you got to holler at X, man. Make sure he good.
Yo, I'm going to let you go first because this is a subject that's near dear in my heart, and I don't want to give everybody the smoke about this talented
man. Let me say this. If people don't know, Amanda Seales has recently departed from The Real. She said now she chose to leave. She said her contract was up and she chose not to renew it. Now, time out. She went in. I'm believing one or two things. Either she got fired and they thought it was best. Huh?
Don't do that.
But hold on. This is my only thing about why I would think so. This is why. Okay, why would someone? How do I say? Why would someone leave a job in the middle of a pandemic? Half the country is unemployed. You go leave some money on. She from the islands. Island people be working, man. They be working. But now she had a different perspective on. Let me tell you the perspective. Let me throw this at you, okay, and see how you receptive to this. She said that she didn't have a voice that she could really speak on. I think we got a little tape on that. We want to play a little tape and audio. Yeah, let's get it. I don't want to misquote her, but then I don't really care. Too. Sometimes you misquotes happen. So let's see what's happening, man. Let's see what's happening in the streets. But to leave a job in the middle of a pandemic, come on, Kay. Come on, Kay. Coronavirus. Hey, shout out to the
Okay, go right. I gotta do.
Kay, you go. Hey, Clay, you want to clap that up? It was.
Let me.
We gotta do a slow clap over there, Kay. Let's do
it. Let me just. Where my Stephen A? Where's my camera? Camera on me. I'm name dropping.
How you feel about that, Kay?
Put that. But you know what? I listened to it because I haven't had a big deal at work or smaller deals with that at work, but I do know how some deals work. I took psychology 101. Okay, all right, so I can decipher some things here. Now I am going to name drop. I apologize, Instagram. All the followers on Instagram. I am name dropping though, because I'm tired of it right now.
Decode, Playboy.
I met Amanda Seales 3 years ago. All right, supported a friend. All right, who was doing her stand up, and Amanda Seales was the headline. My friend killed it, and hung out with Amanda Seales for I don't know, it's whatever. She's nice to me, said what's up. She ain't no man of beans, but she just said, my brother. I don't know what your problem is. I'm gonna say first thing is this sounds like maybe the producer said your voice is drowning out the other voices. As far as like your opinions is just drowning everything, right? Maybe she had some ideas about what wants to do on the show, and they don't want to do any. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure she pitched a couple of things, and they were like, okay, they don't want to do any of it. So that would piss me off too. So I think it's one or two of those things. I don't think, like you said, you're not her co-workers. They cool with her. We know what you're paid for when you get Amanda Seales, okay? What you're getting. I'm tired of this. Y'all hating on, she said some strong stuff, man, but you know what I mean? I ain't never been offended by anything she said. She said some stuff about some dudes. Y'all don't like Amanda Seales because she say what she wants. Light skin. I'm saying it. I'm sick of it, man. I'm saying it, man. Y'all hating on Amanda Seales. Y'all sit here all the time. I battle with people on Twitter about, oh man, Amanda this. She got treated wrong at this party. Look, I don't know the situation. She got the invite or not, but if somebody invitation to a Hollywood party, which some few friends have, okay, but when they do, I go with them. They tell me to pull up. I text them like she do. That's the normal part. All right. But when people start tripping, the bouncing and all that, yeah, I would have been out. You know what I mean? But it's just like, oh, you trying to kick me out? I'd have been mad as her. Y'all hating on Amanda Seales, man, just because she light skinned and she tell it like it is. I'm saying it. I'm gonna
say this. I'm a piggyback.
Mic drop.
I'm a pay. There is a war going on between light skinned and dark skinned women. That women might hate, but men don't care if you light skinned. We don't care. That's a woman thing. I agree with that. Well, now when it comes to other things, I personally know someone that's very close to me who has had a very nasty interaction with Amanda Seales. So therefore, hey man, You know what I'm saying?
sorry.
Like
I can only speak my truth.
I can speak, and I'm speaking from you know, someone very close to me's experience, and she was very rude, and this is somebody they work with, and you know, over time, and so like the thing about it is, I mean, she's even admitted to it, but then apologized to it, and then like when you have an ego where you just like, well, sometimes I do it, it happens like that, and that, you know, and that's cool, but the thing about it is like that is gonna come back on you. I think something comes up when you bring up the actual getting into the Grammy or the party, after party, whatever it was, what it was, the Emmy party or whatever, and like you talk about your co-host, I mean your cast having a problem and that coming from your aid, that means something, bro. Like think about it. These people probably, it's people that then.
You back? You lost you on the feed here. Sorry, you still frozen on my side. But as I'm gonna keep talking for the rest of the channels, there you go. You back?
I'm back.
It's live. It's live TV, folks.
It's live. We're doing it live. But
so
I think
basically, you're saying is that
I
get what you're saying.
No, so it's truth to something, bro. And the thing about it, to quit within a pandemic. Like, yo, nobody knows exactly when Hollywood is opening back up. Come on,
man. Look. Hey, look, man. She ain't broke, okay? Her show is on air right now, all right?
I feel you.
So she ain't broke. But look, if it ain't, I've been in a situation, whatever, if you working with people, whatever. Now, look, I think someone said if 5 people say the same thing about you, it's probably true, right? I get that. I'm not saying
let me say this, Kay. Who on the show came to her defense when in regards to the party situation?
Well, here's the situation.
Zero, Playboy. Zero.
Here's the situation. The problem is you got everybody that want to be cool with the boss, right? So if you got everybody that want to be cool with the boss is, I don't know.
Wait. I'm sorry. We talk about Insecure. We talk about The Real. Which one we talk? Which show you talking about?
We talking about what the people on The Real. They didn't say nothing about her.
So I'm talking about Insecure.
For clarity, we talking about Insecure. So everybody want to be cool with the boss. I get it. As an actor, you found a show trying to hang on to it for dear life, especially in these pandemic times. All right, but that wasn't. This was pre-pandemic, so it didn't matter. But what I'm saying is, everybody want to be cool with the boss, or everybody want to keep their job. Then, yeah, they're not gonna come to you if person that's really tight with the boss don't like you. You know what I mean? That's just like any job situation. Like, oh well, I wouldn't do that. Unless it's somebody I didn't like.
I don't think the confrontation was with the Issa Rae.
It's not with her. It's with her assistant. Her assistant doesn't like her. Right, that's what I'm saying.
I would love to hear her side of exactly where that energy is coming from, but you know that's not her job to be. You know, like I don't know. She talked about it for 3 months. About the let's be real, getting kicked out the party like Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince. Like, yo, she talked about. Then she was like, I snuck in. Then they grabbed my ass like, ah, shit. Oh, she talked about it for 3 months. That's all I know. She talked about it for 3 months. It's mixed messages and all that stuff. So everybody can be crazy, but I'm pretty sure she. I mean, it's like any human being, man. I'm pretty sure some things that she does that has been a beautiful situation, and you know, but sometimes maybe her controversial interaction may have been a lot more highly rated than the average person. So it happens, man. It happens. Hey, I don't know.
I'm just saying, you know, like I said, everybody's not perfect. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying everybody don't have their negative, you know, interactions with her. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stars that people, you know, some of them are jerks. You know, you finally meet them. Everybody don't know this. Regular people don't know this. But when you finally get around some of these people, they are huge jerks. And
that happens. That's very true. That's very true.
You don't know what to do because you like used to seeing them on TV and like, you know, eating your cereal and watching them. But now, you know what I mean? You right beside them and they just like, yo, shut up.
Yeah. It happens.
It happens. I mean? So, but you always want, I just want to say this. You always want to have a good working environment. you know, as a writer, actor, you want to have a good working environment with your co-workers and everything. And, you know, if someone, a producer or the company or the studio promise you some kind of creative control, and they renege on that, then, you know,
that was my question right there. How is she's also giving commentary on the two other black women that are on the show, Mallory and Lonnie Love. If she say, yo, basically, she said, I thought the real was real. I thought it was real up in the real. Nah, shawty. You thought the real was real? You thought the real? Come on now. So what is that saying for Lonnie Love and Mallory? And, you know, I wonder if she's actually going to address it, because she's also in an interracial relationship. I wonder if she's going to address that on the show coming up of everything that's going on, you know.
I mean, it's never as real as you think it is, man.
It ain't that real.
I found that out when I did a reality show, and I was like, oh, you just going to roll the tape back? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just go, oh, okay. This is how the cookies made. You know, so it's not as you think stuff. The realest people you think, or the, you know, just things how you assume it is, not until you get on that set and you be like, oh, okay.
Things move differently, man. That's definitely real. So we gonna let that be. And what next we got going on, man? This is the whole world is talking about one of the Hall of Fame, the NFL, baby. The NFL got a lot going on, baby. See, ain't nobody even stepped the ball in months, but it's about to come back on you.
Guys,
introduce it. Hold on.
My guys at Who Dat Nation. Guys at Who Dat Nation, man. Drew Brees. All right, he's heating up the
Lil Breezy.
And Drew Brees pretty much well, you know what? We just going I don't even have to say it.
Roll that beautiful beam footage right there, baby.
I'm gonna let my man speak to you.
Oh, that ain't it. And I hope y'all been following along what's going on, because there's been some craziness going on. Go ahead and let that beautiful beam footage.
His Saints teammate Malcolm Jenkins. The whole country's on fire.
Yeah, and
go ahead, man. Go ahead.
If you guys haven't seen what the clip is playing right now is a little bit of Malcolm Jenkins' response. And if you guys haven't seen it, you definitely need to go check it out, because he actually put out two. And if you can't catch the first one, where he's showing raw emotion about how he feels, he gets in that ass. He gets in that ass, man. And the thing about it is, it makes me really recognize the shift that is happening, that should have happened a while back. Because this is where it gets deep. Drew Brees is not saying anything different than what he said 4 years ago when Colin Kaepernick took a knee. He did not receive backlash. Everyone was for it, and everyone was against it. Now, if you're against the knee, you are labeled to be with the other. Well, we're gonna get into that as well.
My thing is, I mean,
talk about everything that's going on. Yeah,
I didn't know that he was. You know, I learned about the 2016, but the thing is that your comment, even though these are repeat comments, you as the what was it, Ray Nagin, you in Chocolate City. You in a chocolate, when you in the French quarters, all like parlez-vous en français, you in the French quarters, you got history. And I seen it for the first time. My brother's down there and he got married. You get all the history about the slaves and the French, how they're over here in New Orleans. It's right there. It's right there in the French. It's right there.
I don't mean nothing.
You can't tell me, Drew Brees, you've been here for about 10 years. You tell me that you haven't been in the French Quarters 1,000 times with all your family, all your teammates, all your friends. You have not. I not took the ride. I took the buggy ride. The guy tells you about the history, about when the slaves, how they still owe France money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they tell you that on the little buggy car ride. Like
Yeah.
they have, but you sound like you live in Seattle. Like he sound like he play for the Seahawks. If you play for the Seahawks way in Washington State, okay, well, you don't see that many black people. I still can't excuse that. But look, man, you in New Orleans. New Orleans.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen, if you can go to Kenya Barris's page, he did a hilarious post about Drew Brees, but it was deep and definitely called for it. He posted a picture of Drew Brees sitting with Donald Trump. And basically he goes in and he's very upset about giving passes. We can't give passes, bro. We done giving passes. He said I ain't giving no passes with his damn looking like he getting haircuts at Supercuts looking ass. Yo, it was which is very true. I was like, damn, can you back? But we cannot give passes. We can. Yeah, I'm gonna keep real. I'm gonna keep it real with you. If we giving him, did Kevin Hart get pass? See what I'm saying?
Right.
We supposed to deal with it. Ain't even 24 hours. They nailed him to the wall. We didn't even and we talking about something that happened like almost 10 years ago. This man took his energy and actually went online and actually gave a verbal response on his mindset, everything that was going on, and said, "Yo, okay, you getting killed. Okay, you get choked out. Okay, I don't care. Don't you kneel."
Right.
Don't you kneel? I don't care what you do. I don't care what happens to you. It's very disrespectful. It's very disrespectful, and definitely for you to come from a city that is so black.
Right.
So black. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like probably second to Atlanta about how black it is. You know what I'm saying? Right. And for you to do that, and for the community that has embraced you and love you, like you might get some hits, Breeze.
Like Lil Wayne need to call him, man. Lil Wayne, Weezy.
Lil Weezy need to call Lil Breeze.
You need to call Drew Brees right now. And I know he's, and I get it now at the recording of this. He's already did his apology, but no.
Let me also say this.
I'm sorry.
He did his press representative wrote an apology. He did not apologize. If you don't get up there and speak and say your piece like you had that energy. They get up there and say it before, you did not apologize. I don't believe that apology. That's nothing.
Right.
That's nothing.
Yeah, and that's what Martellus Bennett said. Basically, he had a good Twitter rant, and he said if you ain't on camera, I don't care about no PR.
We don't believe you.
Yeah. Like, and it's just and I hate that for celebrities too. Like, why are we reading a PR letter? Which I have a degree in PR, but
you could have wrote that.
Yeah, I could have wrote.
I'm saying, all
right, ECU. But what I'm saying is, no, get back on camera. It's just like for anybody else. If you sit here and disrespected somebody on camera, you need to apologize on camera. This is what Monique was talking about. You know what I mean? Monique was on the phone.
Keep that same energy.
No. Don't sit here and text me. Don't sit here and call me. Say this stuff that you're telling me, that you're apologizing to me on the camera, or no one's going to believe you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Drew Brees doing the same thing, but just, anybody could pay a PR agent. You know what I'm saying? Go to Fiverr.com. Drew Brees went to Fiverr.com with his, okay?
Exactly.
He went to Fiverr.
Not Fiverr.
Yeah, he went to Fiverr.com.
Pay $15 for it. Let me get $15.
$15. Got his PR statement written up.
Man.
I'm looking for a PR apology on Instagram size, 1080 by 1080. And boom, that's what Drew Brees. You got to get on that camera. So Psychology 101.
Yeah.
Is you can see in the person's eyes. We want to see it, man. We want to see
it. You got to get up and man up. When Kevin Hart was wrong, guess what? He got back on that Instagram. He apologized. He said his piece. He said y'all ain't gonna run me ragged for the rest of my life. I'm not gonna do that. Right. And that's cool. If you don't feel like that, because literally, Drew Brees, you just said this like within less than 24 hours between your apology, bro.
Right.
Like literally, dude, we don't believe you, bro. Get on, man. Get on, man. I was a fan, but now I gotta hang it up. Burn his jersey.
Well, that ain't my team. You know what I mean?
That is not my team. Look,
my team.
Till you do right by New Orleans, y'all ain't gonna see another Super Bowl. But anyway, let's go on next one, man.
Well,
that
next
color
man,
purple on you, baby. That color purple. But anyway,
we got to go into guest for the night. And this guy is a good friend of mine, man. Talented actor,
Yep.
writer.
Yep.
Always been about the cause as well. Handsome young man. He still got his good looks. But we're bringing him in. He's been on the front lines in LA, and he's been there with the protest. So bring him a guy in. Hottie Williams.
Hottie
in
Williams.
here. What is going on, my man?
What's poppin'?
What's up, my brothers?
Hottie Williams on
What's
TikTok too. You
happening?
come in with your TikTok dance, Hottie.
Oh,
What up?
actually, you know what? I saw him yesterday. I saw randomly. I saw Lou. And I was like, "Is that Hottie on?"
Oh
he
yeah,
saw the
yeah,
video
yeah,
yesterday.
yeah,
He did-
So that was like, I'm gonna say that's my unofficial TikTok debut, I guess. Lou caught me to do
Yes.
this little sketch that apparently
Yes.
is like blowing up on TikTok. Man,
I told you, see.
TikTok,
I
like,
told you, Ashford.
Right.
See.
I got on it
I-
yesterday during the
look,
conversation. I got on it.
I created my joint. You're gonna see me on TikTok. I'm gonna be talking. But my own version of that. I don't think I have any dances in me. I feel like the
Don't
kids got me
have
on lock.
to dance. That's what
Right,
I told you.
I had to
Don't
get
have
over that.
dance.
I had to like get over that like mental block of like, man, I ain't gonna be up here doing a motherfucking choreography.
Baby girl,
Well, that's
But,
good.
yeah.
Man. Glad to have you on. They say on Instagram they can't hear Hottie, but Instagram,
They
you guys
can't
gotta be
hear
on
me?
Facebook. Yeah, but it's okay. Instagram, we will post this on IGTV for Ashford's page as well.
Oh
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
can
I'm sorry.
hear
Yeah, so we
Hottie.
have 3
Once
parts.
we done, we'll post it. Be on there tomorrow as well as my IGTV if you want to watch
Check it out on
Instagram.
YouTube.
But
Yeah.
right now it's on
Okay.
Facebook, it's on YouTube, Twitch. This is where we at, Periscope right now. So, Hottie, but kind of let us know what is going on right now. I'm in Atlanta right now. Ashford is in North Carolina, back at the crib, and you the one holding down for us in LA, man. So what's just been going on with protesting?
Well, we just got the word today that the official LA County ban has been lifted. It had been put in place initially, I think at like 5 o'clock and then 6 o'clock. And then yesterday, I think it had bumped up to, I believe, 9 o'clock. Just
So you mean
to try
when you say the ban, you mean the curfew?
Curfew.
You mean the curfew? Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said the
Okay.
ban. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
okay. So the curfew's been lifted in that. Yeah.
Yes, the curfew's been lifted. My mistaken words there. Yeah, the curfew's been lifted. And I think that the energy that folks have displayed and showed, not just here but everywhere, is still very much alive and active. There's a lot of conversation. There's a lot of organizing. There's a lot of planning of further actions that are happening, that are going to be taking place to really vocalize the feeling that even though we now have charges brought against these 4 officers, that's the beginnings of a first step that will not affect the momentum and the energy that people feel in this moment. And here in LA, man, people continue to come out. Like last night, I don't know if you all saw on the news at all, in front of District Attorney Jackie Lacey's office, there was a tremendous showing of this outrage over the fact that she's failed to hold police accountable in ways that are egregious.
Now,
to say it very simply.
Now, I just want to piggyback off of that. The people in LA don't know, just across the world, Miss Jackie Lacey was catching hell before that. If you ever see this viral video, what happened was, and I know Kay hasn't been in LA, but Kay, check this out. So Black Lives Matter came to her house before anything broke out. This was like a couple of months ago. And her husband came to the door with a gun.
What?
You can watch the video. So and then it was like a woman like, you gonna shoot me? And he had the southern black man. You better get your ass up on your. He had the black man talking everything. And basically, I didn't know all this was going on. But what was happening was they were talking about how, like Heidi said, they were not prosecuting cops that were doing unarmed sentences wrong. And they had went down the chain of commands basically for months, and they tried to get a meet with her. She always declined. So they brought it to her front door. And then she went on, and then they had the husband come out there looking crazy. She had his flip flops. He had a hole in one sock and everything. Had one toe out and everything. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, let me tell you something. I don't cut through old black men with guns, but you don't play with that. That's the first thing. Oh, one toe out. That joke was crazy. But that was something that had been going on for years. So I'm not surprised it erupted, and they're continuing to do that to go, because we sit here and say, yo, just talk to your district attorney and all that stuff. And now, but everybody's not listening. People are putting on the front like they're listening. And if you don't know, she is an African American woman.
She's an African American woman. Yeah. So even in cases like it, which makes it even more astounding. And I know both of y'all from the South, but that old phrase of all kinfolk ain't skinfolk. All kinfolk ain't kinfolk.
All kinfolk.
All your skinfolk ain't your kinfolk. Yeah.
And it's just a real testament to how she has been, even in some cases, against the recommendations of the police chief, not brought charges against the officers. And LAPD has the highest number of citizen shootings in the country. It actually leads the nation in there. And so it's like I said, it's very much egregious. And now it's I think just representative of so many other cities as well that have their own version of the same story. And I think that's why it's continued to only grow in the way that it has, because everybody has the same narrative of trying to find some semblance of justice and being denied when agents of the state act so wildly inappropriately.
Well, I mean, they're also, I don't know if you fellas knew this, but the chief of police for LA said the death of George Floyd is on protesters just as much as it is on the police.
Oh,
you
caught
that?
I saw that.
Oh yeah, you gotta go check that out. Yeah,
he said it. Yes.
Did he say that?
He said it. Man. He said
I don't know
that.
What?
How did he get that? I don't know what street you get. What turn can you?
I don't know.
It ain't no turn you can make to get there. It's no way to get there.
Part of me is almost wants to know what the mental gymnastics one has to do to arrive at that conclusion. But then part of me feels like, I almost feel like it's about even when I see things online that may instigate me to want to argue or not even just argue, just offer the alternative perspective. Is like, how much energy do you put into trying to show someone just how misunderstood they are about an issue or series of issues? To say a statement like that, is like, where do you begin with that shit?
If man, how deep it is, what corruption is with just the police in LA, man. We know with Rampart Dick, and that was back in the day, but still that type of stuff still happens till this day in LA, and their blue code of silence is strong in
it's LA, real strong.
Like and I tell people all the time, like every time, and this happens in LA, even though I personally have had guns to my head in North Carolina. That happened in North Carolina. But every time I've been pulled over by the police in LA, first thing they ask me, you ever been to jail? In fact, me and Heidi were together one time when that happened. You know what I'm saying? That is the proto. And I'm just like, what that like, and it frustrates me being a black man that, going to Howard, a lot of money going at the bank account. You know what I'm saying? That means nothing. You know what I'm saying? It means nothing at the end of the day. And like, no matter how much you can do, nothing's going to save you from it. But like, LA is a whole nother level. It makes me wonder when people were in certain positions where they could have done something, where they did inspections in other police departments, but didn't do any inspections of the top cities, the Chicagos, the New Yorks, the LAs. You know what I'm saying? Stuff should have been done. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just think what we realize, and what I've even like this situation has kind of hit me in the face with, like, their ideas of kind of piecemeal, small scale reforms aren't going to work, and aren't going to solve our real issues and our real problems. And I think collectively there's this sentiment that, like, nah, we're beyond that. We're tired of hearing that. We're tired of this. Well, what we're going to do this time to really make this bullshit system work a little bit better. So perhaps slightly less people die is like, and it's like, nah, we're at the point now where we really need to radically rethink how these systems work and operate and our relationship with them as individual citizens. Because it's like, of course, it falls on us as Black folks first and hardest, but this is a problem that every single citizen should be concerned about, because it could just as easily and does just as easily happen to non-Black folks.
I would say this: they don't want it to change. They don't want it to change. At the end of the day, it's certain people in positions, and like we said,
it's the money. You got to follow the.
It's the money. It's the money.
Sure.
That's exactly where I was about to go. Like, the prison system is a business, and the thing about it is, like, Black people are catching it first. LA Latino people are next and stuff, but you know, it ain't. It's not falling nowhere near as hard on the Asians in LA, and Asians are, I think, their population is. I think they're second as far as a majority of LA. You know, they're right after Latino.
They're up there. Yeah, I don't know the exact number, but I know that they're.
Yeah, I think I read it recently. Like, it's more Asian descent than it is Caucasian, and so for us to make such a small amount of actual LA, you know what I'm saying, we catching hell, and it's kind of weird because LA serves itself as a poster child of diversity, of progressiveness. And since I've been there, and I was like, yo, this is one of the most segregated cities I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to acknowledge it. And I think a lot of people from LA get this idea, like, at least we're better than the South. No, it's more community in the South, because I mean, the numbers are bigger. The numbers are bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just the population numbers.
Yeah. So therefore, you the dollar, and I hate to say it, maybe because we as a Black people, the dollar stays in our community the least, the shortest of time. But maybe it stays a split second and longer when you're in Atlanta. But just 2 seconds, like, we did it, Tip.
No,
we did it.
With LA, man, what people don't understand too is that people who watch LA on TV but they don't know until you live. Of us has lived over there over at 10 years. It's like you have to deal with reverse racism. Is what I learned when I first got. First, I got stopped by the cops like you. Like the first month, I had North Carolina tags. One cop stopped me, and then the other cop came and creeped around the corner of my passenger side, and I looked in the mirror. He had his hand on a gun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was like, what? For tags?
That's how
what I
roll.
mean? And like gun was out, not hand on the gun was out, creeping past the car. And so, but then like being in the Valley, who I've been watching on the news, recently, this week, it's like, working at a Boys and Girls Club, and they told me, oh, that's a street Black people can't go down. You know what I mean? This is 2000 Canoga Park telling me there's a street that Black people can't go down.
And that's another thing with numbers. I feel like there is an acceptance within some people in the LA area, a lot of natives, where they feel like, oh, we just don't move that way. We've accepted that, because I guess I don't know if a spotlight has been put on LA like it needs to be. I think that I think the representation, Heidi's from LA, but the representation of LA is just like hood and gangs and stuff, but they don't address like, yo, why is this, and why, and what are they experiencing, even if they go away for college and they come back and they got an education, they go to USC, they go to UCLA, what are they still experiencing that they can't escape just because the color of their skin? Easy as that, man. Everybody ain't like South Central, you know what I'm saying? It's not that at all, and it's a lot of but I don't think that the city is really addressing, or that it's weird, they don't really have a voice. It's like I don't know why, because it's a major city. It's like one of the biggest.
Right.
It's interesting now seeing how you talk about the image that California and certainly Los Angeles tries to export of being very progressive and being on the forefront of very kind of community-based, inclusive kind of thinking and problem solving when it comes to problems. And we see that again kind of pressed up against the reality of not only just what we're talking about when it comes to like police brutality issues, but fair and equal housing and affordable housing, and coupled with the homelessness issue and the fact that we have the highest homeless population in the nation. And so we really, and amongst that, Black folks are disproportionately among that population as well.
Right.
And so I think that, in different ways, all of these things kind of are connected, and really are put upon, as we put pressure on, these officials, this renewed pressure, and take advantage of, the global spotlight, so to speak, that's being, shined at this time, that we, keep those things in mind as well, because if Black Lives Matter, then that means that even if that from all kind of income scales, and LA certainly has a diverse population of even Black folks who have a very wide range of income. It's interesting how sometimes those incomes will determine different interests based on, hey, your relationship to they're different interests. But I think that now feels different than it has, and that's so much of what I've been hearing from people.
Elaborate on that, please.
And most definitely. I mean, I remember being out on the street when Mike Brown was murdered, and being in various parts of the city, taking part in demonstrations, and it was not, even though it was still, people were energized, people were out there, it was the level of, I think it got to the point with the levels of frustration, coupled with the fact that there had been so many, not only just in recent years, not even just in recent years, but in like recent weeks. It was like Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and then this too, and it was just like, oh no, like it's
Corona, since we've been locked down. So it's like, we all just explode out of here. Like, no, this is enough. You know what I mean?
No, we can't sit and act like we're. Well, something struck me, like, in order to be able to, I think, live your day-to-day life, you have to have like this belief that there's a certain amount of I think kind of safety that you can experience, just in a general sense. And if you always feel as if going about your day-to-day life in benign activities, you're always thinking that there's a threat of danger that is potentially there. How are you able to live? How are you able to live in a settled space? It's like literally going to the store, going to the gas station, taking your dog out, going for a run, deciding you want to go to the park, and it's like, how are you supposed
bird watching?
Bird watching.
Of all things.
I can't even watch no birds. Damn. Brother can't go bird watching. Come on,
and it gets to the point where I think, like, yo, if I've got to feel like that, y'all gonna have to feel some of this too.
That is true.
It's like y'all are gonna have to feel some of this discomfort as well, because it's we can't hold on to this anymore. Yeah. And I think that's part of what
Starbucks real quick. Let me get this real quick. But I remember riding with my friends in LA, and all of us just wore baseball caps. But they telling me it's too many of us in the car at night with baseball caps. Somebody needs to take theirs off, because as soon as the cops pull behind us, they're gonna think that we a gang.
They're gonna think, they're gonna think something's up.
I was like, what? I never even heard of that. You know what I mean?
It's like, think about that, yeah.
Why even, that's not a way to live, like legit rock fitted caps. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're not gang related.
The logic has stopped making sense, and like the thing about it is, I think too long we have they've been able to say, nah, I'm not racist. Like we lived in a point where they could just say, nah, I'm not racist just because I said I'm not racist. You know what I'm saying? But now we're pulling receipts. And I told Heidi the other day, and I said, yo, some people are on the same team. They just don't like the captain anymore. The captain is Donald Trump, and they don't want to be associated with that. Because that, like, where were all the companies with all their statements before George Floyd? You know what I'm saying? Where was Apple? Where Trayvon? with Mike Brown. Where
Mm-hmm.
were all these Fortune 500 Target and all that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Nike, where were y'all at? It's been
Mm-hmm.
going on. This is
Mm-hmm.
nothing new. So therefore, the
And
thing about it is the only thing that's changed is you have someone that's a mirror, and this mirror might be a little dirty, but it's
Mm-hmm.
still a reflection of you. And I
Mm-hmm.
call him Donald Trump. But still, you got to understand how much Donald Trump is in you. You can't put this
Mm-hmm.
all on Donald Trump. Because if you put
Mm-hmm.
it all on him, then you get to walk away. No, he's
Right.
in you.
Yes.
He's in your
Yes.
office. He's in that woman
Mm-hmm.
that's in HR. He's in that
Mm-hmm.
woman that's a secretary. He's in that guy that's a
Mm-hmm.
secretary. You know what I'm saying? They're
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. The studios, they're everywhere, dude. So
No, I was gonna say,
Stephen,
and brought up something that I think is important that I'll be wanting to speak more about, wanting more people to understand when it comes to these companies, that they're not innocent or benign in what we're seeing, because so many of them do donate funds to private police foundations that are tax exempt institutions that pour directly into police department budgets across this
yeah,
country. So when we say that Target literally, gives hundreds of thousands, has given hundreds of thousands of dollars to the LAPD to
yeah,
increase their surveillance capabilities, it's like that's and
that's
then once
major.
statement about how they're aligned with the black community, invested in delivering justice. I think these are things that are worth asking these CEOs about, and really asking them to really hold them accountable for
Right.
what these relationships are. Because again, you follow the money. That's really what matters. You can give
That's
all the
really
nice
what's going on.
statements you want to.
Right.
We really are about where does your money go, because that really speaks to
That
where your true intentions lie.
it's all about action, man. It's all about the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Word to Marshawn. You know what I mean? It's all about that action.
Yeah,
I don't care about your, these apps turning their colors black. It's all over social media. LinkedIn don't matter. They turning the color black. That's cool, but that's just something you can do
Right.
in,
That's
in
cool.
2
Yeah.
seconds. You know what I mean? We
Mm-hmm.
want to see
and you
real
years late.
action.
You're years late. You're late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real late.
Cool,
Definitely, man. But
Hey, well, I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate having you here, Heidi, man. It's good to
Yeah.
see you with the Kill Monkey. Ladies, this is not
Yeah.
Michael B. I
I
know.
thought it was Michael B.
I don't know. Did you live in Studio City like Michael B did? Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
And I was like, that's Melvin B. That ain't Michael B.
Yeah.
That's
That's
Melvin B.
Melvin B.
Oh, that's
What up,
that's
though?
Yeah.
the dude that stayed
That's
down the
it.
street
Yeah.
from.
The other one.
Yes.
The stand-in. Right.
Everybody follow.
But how did tell them where they
man.
can find you, bro? Tell them where they can
Well,
find
he
you.
got his
Yeah,
name
just,
right there.
right
Oh,
there,
yeah.
just on all the platforms. That's how you can get at me. That's where I'm at. Man, I think in this time more than ever, y'all talking about it and providing a platform for us to continue to share these ideas and maintain not only this level of dialogue, but this level of energy as we work to really push real change forward. Because it's not a thing that happens in a day or a week
Very
or a
much.
month. And I think that for me, again, it weighs on me like, this will be something that we carry forward continuously. Through our lifetimes as we again push for change. But appreciate y'all. Love
Appreciate
to
you, brother.
spend the time.
Most definitely.
Appreciate it. Heidi in the building.
Definitely. We're gonna go ahead and do that wrap up roll call.
Wrap it up, man.
It was a great discussion today. Just want to say that, but yeah.
It was pretty deep, man. Maybe I should add that for the extra, but I did have a little rant for people because it was more about Anyway, let's just get back to that. More about what people need for the times. We definitely talking about protest, and we definitely talking about we want justice and everything, man. But it's definitely important for the content creators out here, man, to still do your thing, man. Still do your thing, man. People need to laugh and people need music. That's what we need right now in these times. But let's, you know what I mean? Hey, man, all I can say is Drew Brees, get that birthmark fixed on your face.
Honestly and truly, get that birthmark. And honestly and truly, stop going to Supercuts, Drew Brees.
Okay. You make too much money.
And you a whack, Drew Brees. Honestly and truly, you a whack for that, dude. Yeah.
Honestly and truly for that. And Amanda Seals, you know what I mean? You boo. And some people gonna like you, some people gonna hate doing your thing.
All I gotta say for honestly and truly, Amanda Seals, all I gotta say, it's Friday. You ain't got no job.
Whatever.
Nah,
Amanda,
Amanda Seals,
I'm
I'm gonna tell you, man. You gonna stay
I'm
strong.
gonna get some writing going on.
Exactly. I respect that. Whatever you say, she gonna stand by her guns. But it's mixed reviews on Amanda Seals from personal people behind the door. But you go do your thing. Do your thing. At the end of the day, it is what it is. And honestly and truly, Stevie J, you got to buy me weed. Stevie, watch out, Faith. Ah! Faith, that was the exact 911 call. Faith is on my ass. But anyway,
Dr.
yeah.
Fade.
But
you can say.
Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Follow us down at the bottom on all of our social media. Continue to comment on the pages of Facebook and stuff. You guys see it up, comment, drop your comment on there. You know what I mean? It's okay if you see the replay. So shout out to you watching this on the replay. And if just share it with one friend, that's all we want you to do. Share it with one friend.
Definitely. And once again, this man Ashford J. Thomas, you man Kenyon Long, and we gave y'all opinions. We told you how we felt. We told you how we was feeling. We told you what was on our mind. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us. But we gave you the real, honestly and truly. All right. Peace.
Peace.